Hey there, future fellow weirdo of the flock. How are you? Do not worry. You're not lost. What? Hold on. Hey there, future fellow weird ass black sheep. Welcome. You are not lost. You are not lost. You are in the right place at the right time for all the wrong reasons. So, welcome. What? You weary traveler from bizarre world. You passed the twilight zone. I hope you know. Yeah. Then you hit the fork in the road.
I love it. You guys are so great.
Took the ride. Ding, ding, and rolled right into the most offensive church this side of the universe. The party pig. You. Welcome. And what we do here in this most amazing place, we read this great ass book. It's called God Said because God did not fucking say that. And I'll tell you what he did say, and it wasn't a fucking that. Haha. This is God's unofficial biography, Das Bible, as read by yours truly, the most amazing, the most wonderful, the most beautiful, and smartest Saint of Awesome. You're a super stone sage, Saint Nikki K the Great, and I am fucking wonderful. So, now, let me tell you where we left off. We're on the book of Judges. Like, Judges don't judge me, yo. We are on chapter 9. And, they were, they just won a battle, and Caleb asked for all their gold and stuff. So he built an ephod. And remember, God spared Caleb because Caleb was the shiznizzle, right? So he instead made an ephod. Had nothing to do with God. So he made it. And then, wait, hold on. Okay. Wait, it wasn't Caleb. It was Gideon. Okay. They asked Gideon to be the king. That's right. And Gideon said, hell no, we won't go. And then they said, and then Gideon, not Caleb, Gideon was like, I want all your gold and stuff. And then they gave him 1,700 shekels besides all the other shit he got. Then he made an ephod and set it up in his city. And the people worshiped that instead of God. So that's where we left off. So, oh, okay. I think I know where we're going to. So, if all this sounds interesting to you, come this way because I have the 6 C's for whatever time it is where you are. I have cigarettes, cannabis, coffee, chair with your name on it, cat beds, and canine speed. So come have a good time. Anyway, we're picking up on chapter 9 of Judges. Should be good. So, hi, Miss Muddy. How are you? We're waiting for some people to get in. So, hey, Miss Muddy, how is you? I'm surprised Ricky's not here. Okay. I almost just died. So, how is my sound, Miss Muddy? Because I put my microphone up here. It's up there. Hi, microphone. Can you still hear me? Real good? Or do I need to bring it back down a notch? I liked it up there, though. I think it looks very statuesque up there. I mean, is the sound good? Hmm. You know what? I wanna. It's good. Okay. Well, then our happy asses are gonna go on to chapter 9. So then Abimelech, the son of Gideon, Abimelech, the son of Gideon, went to Shechem to his mother's brothers and spoke with them and with all the family of the house of his mother's father, saying, please speak in the hearing of all the men of Shechem. What is better for you? That all 70 of Gideon's sons reign over you, or one reign over you? Remember, I am your own flesh and bone. Oh, flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. It's a great DMX song, man. Well, album. It's actually an album. It's pretty good, but that song in particular is amazing. And his mother's brothers spoke all these words concerning him in the hearing of all the men of Shechem, and their heart was inclined to follow Abimelech because they were like, we're related and shit. So they gave him 70 shekels of silver from the temple of Baal Berith, with which Abimelech hired some worthless pieces of shit, and they followed him. Then they went to his father's house and killed his brothers, the 70 sons of Gibeon, on one stone. But Jotham, the youngest son of Gideon, was left because he hid himself. And all of the men of Shechem gathered together at Beth Milo. What happened? Okay, anyway, they gathered. Jerubbaal was left because he hid himself. And all of the men Shechem gathered together at Beth Milo. And they went and made Abimelech king beside the terebinth tree at the pillar that was in Shechem. Now, when they told Jotham, he went, oh, little dude's got balls of brass. I tell you what. I wish little dude was my brother because, man, this kid shit talks more than a little bit. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I don't know if there's, I don't know. It looks like other people are watching. So I'm saying hi. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay. Now, when they told Jotham, he went and stood on the top of Mount Gerizim and lifted his voice and said in the most ghetto accent he could think of, listen to me, you motherfuckers of Shechem. You listen to me, so God will listen to you because I'm telling you, he's not listening to you. The trees once went forth to anoint a king over them, And they said to the olive tree, "Hey, be the king." And the olive tree was like, no, yo. And then the tree said to the fig tree, "Why don't you?" And the fig tree was like, "Kick rocks, bitch." Then the tree said to the vine, "Why don't you, you know, why don't you reign over us?" And then the vine said, "Pound sand." Then all the trees said to the bramble, "Come and reign over us." And the bramble said, "If in truth you anoint me as king over you, then come and take shelter in my shade. But if not, let fire come out of the bramble and devour the cedars of Lebanon." Haha. Wow. Little dude talks more shit than a little. Now, therefore, if you had acted in truth and sincerity in making Abimelech king, and if you have dealt well with Gideon and his house, and have done to him as he deserved, for my father fought for you. He risked his life and delivered you. But you, out of the hand of, but you have risen up against my father's house this day and killed his 70 sons on one stone, and made Abimelech, the son of his female servant, king over Shechem, because he is your brother. If then you have acted in truth and sincerity with Gideon in his house, rejoice in Abimelech, and let him rejoice in you. But if not, let fire come from Abimelech and devour the men of Shechem, and let fire come from the men of Shechem, from Beth Millo, and devour Abimelech. And Jotham ran away and fled, and he went to Beer and dwelt there for fear of his brother. Da, da, da. After Abimelech had reigned over Israel 3 years, God sent a spirit of ill will between Abimelech and the men of Shechem. God spread evil again. And the men of Shechem dealt treacherously with Abimelech, that the crime done to the 70 sons of Gilgal of Gideon might be settled, and their blood be laid on Abimelech and on the men of Shechem who killed all of his brothers. And the men of Shechem and the men of Shechem set men in ambush against him on the tops of the mountains. Yeah? Okay, hold on. On the top of the mountain. Okay. And they robbed all who passed by them along that way. And it was sold to Abimelech. Now, Gaal, the son of Abed, came with his brothers and went to Shechem. And the men of Shechem put their confidence in him. So they went out to the field and gathered grapes from their vineyards and trod them and made merry. And then they went into the house of their God and ate and drank and cursed Abimelech. Then Gaal, the son of Ebed, said, "Who is Abimelech And who is Shechem, that we should serve him? Is he not the son of Gideon? And is not Zebul his officer? Serve the men of Hanor, the father of Shechem. But why should we serve him? If only his people were under my authority, then I would remove Abimelech. So he said to Abimelech, increase your army and come out. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Okay, Ricky. This is crazy. When Zebul, the ruler of the city, heard the words of Gaal, the son of when Gaal heard this, his anger was aroused, and he sent messengers to Abimelech, secretly saying, take note, Gaal, the son of Ebed, and his brothers have come to Shechem. And here they are, fortifying the city against you. Now, therefore, get up by night, you and the people who are with you, and wait in the field. And soon as the sun comes up in the morning, you shall rise early and rush upon the city. Okay. So they did all this. Okay. Now, when Gaal went out and stood in the entrance, Abimelech and the people who were with him were lying in wait. And when Gaal saw the people, he said, look, people are coming down from the mountain. But Zebul was like, no, it's a trick of your eyes. Don't worry, it's your eye trick. But then Gaal was like, no, 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 they're really coming. And then Zebul said, where indeed is your mouth now with which you said, come get some? Well, they've come to get some now. What's up? So Gaal went out, leading the men of Shechem, and they fought with Abimelech. And Abimelech chased him, and he fled. And many fell wounded to the very entrance of the gate. Then Abimelech dwelt at Arumah, and Zebul drove out Gaal and his brothers, so they would not dwell in Shechem. And it came out on the next day that the people went out into the field, and they told Abimelech. So he took the people, divided them into 3 companies, and laid in wait in the field. And he looked, and there were the people coming out of the city. He rose against them and attacked. And then Abimelech and the company that was with him rushed forward and stood at the entrance of the gate of the city. And the other 2 companies rushed upon all who were in the field and killed them. So Abimelech fought against the city all that day. He took the city and killed the people who were in it. And he demolished the city and sowed it with salt. Dun, dun, dun. Hi, Neil. Welcome. Welcome, 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 Neil. How are you? So, holy shit. Okay. Holy shit. Here we go. Now, when all the men of the Tower of Shechem heard that, They entered the stronghold of the temple of the god Beerith. And it was told to Abimelech that everybody was in there. Then Abimelech went up Mount Zalmon, he and all the people who were with him. And Abimelech took an axe in his hand and cut down some trees and laid it on his shoulder. And he said to the people who were with him, do like I do, right? So they all cut down a tree and carried it on wood and set this fucking tower on fire. He just fucking set the tower on fire. It didn't even matter. Okay. Then Abimelech went to the Bez and encamped against it and took it. But there was a strong. Oh, here we go. Now, there was a strong tower in that city, and all the men and the women, all the people, they fled there and shut themselves in. Then they went up to the top of the tower. So Abimelech came as far as the tower and fought against it. And he drew near the door of the tower to burn it with fire. But a certain woman dropped a thing on his head, and it split his head. But then he was like, I'll be a motherfucker if they tell anybody a woman killed me. So you, sword guy, kill me. So the young man thrust him through, and he died. And they ended up saying a woman killed him anyway. So why would it matter? But okay. And when the vampires saw that Abimelech was dead, they departed, every man to his place. Thus God repaid the wickedness of Abimelech, which he had done to his father by killing his 70 brothers, and all the evil of the men of Shechem. God turned on their own heads, and on them came the curse of Jotham, the son of Jerubbaal, Gideon. He was the son of Gideon. Now we're going on to chapter 10. I want to say hi. What's everybody drinking? I've got coffee and I've got a little bit of soda. I've been drinking soda, but I got some coffee. So, what's everybody drinking on? What's everybody smoking on? How was everybody's day? I wonder if the seven-headed raccoon is going to show up. Well, the drunken seven-headed raccoon. Don't tell them I said that either. I'll tell them I said it. Don't worry. Drinking propel water. Is it making you feel propelled? Is it making you feel like you've got a helicopter propeller stuck to your head? No, that's different, isn't it? Propeller and propel. Do you feel propelled? I don't even know if that's a feeling, but I assume you feel that way. And I'm also assuming that's a good feeling. No, I'm mostly just shitting underwater. I've never had it before. Is it any good? Mm, mm, okay. I feel tired. Well, maybe the propeller is what's keeping you awake from my video. My not reading. Pepsi Zero right now. Wine. Oh, that has to be an interesting flavor to drink Pepsi Zero right after a glass of wine. Oh, I can imagine. Did you at least have cheese? At least? No, I don't know, but the cheese does something to get rid of that wine taste. But then Pepsi Zero and cheese. That also had to be pretty awkward. That is an awkward mixture. How does your stomach feel? I'm just assuming you're drinking those back to back. Probably not drinking them back to back. Don't worry. I've been switching between coffee and cola for probably the last 25 minutes. So my stomach's gonna be feeling it. Like, make up your mind, fat ass. I keep forgetting. What did you guys have for dinner? I had Popeye's chicken, and it was good. No, nothing. It's okay. I'm sure a ghost somewhere ate something. Do you guys remember the movie Casper? When the ghost ate all the food and it just went all on the floor? Could you imagine? Do you think ghosts do that? Like, they just try to eat food? I would be so. I would be flabbergasted if a ghost could eat food. I wouldn't know what to do. Like, if a ghost just ate my hamburger, I would be so mad. All right, here we go. Chapter 10. After Abimelech, there rose to save the vampires Tola, a man of Issachar, and he dwelt in Shamir in the mountains of Ephraim. And he judged these terrible ass people 23 years. And he died and was buried in Shamir. So chapter 10 is filler. After him rose Jair, a Gileadite, and he judged these terrible ass people 22 years. And he had 30 sons who rose on. He had 30 sons who rode on 30 donkeys They also had 30 towns, which are called Havoth Jair to this day, which are in the land of Gilead. And he died and was buried in, come on, then the vampires again. These terrible ass people, these motherfuckers. These guys are so bad. Ugh. The bad guy. So did you drink the Pepsi Zero right after the wine? How did your stomach feel? Oh God, I can imagine because my stomach feels fucked up drinking Coke and coffee at the same time. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So these terrible ass people were terrible again, and they served the Baals and the Ashtoreth and the gods of Syria, the gods of Sidon, Moab, and of Ammon. Oh, and the gods of the lords of the Philistines. They forsook the Lord and did not serve him. So, they fucked around too much. Now God's going to spank that ears. And he sold them into the hands of the Philistines and into the hands of the people of Ammon. From that, from that year, they harassed and oppressed these terrible ass people for not long enough. I mean, 18 years. And all the vampires who were on the other side of the Jordan and in the land of the Amorites in Gilead. Moreover, the people of Ammon crossed the Jordan to fight against Judah, also against Benjamin, who's like the 0%, and the house of Ephraim, so that the vampires were severely distressed. Oh, you poor fucking babies. You poor fucking babies. Like anybody gives a shit. No one gives a shit. Okay, I'm sorry. I know you do, big guy. I know you do give a shit. And I love the fact that you give a shit. And we can't do anything about what's happening in this book. Just, these people are so bad. Like, they're terrible. Like, you know that. At this point in time. Right? Right. We're so good, right? We're good. I just get so mad about this book. God, listen. Listen, big guy. Love me. I do good. Okay. So. And the vampires cried out to the Lord, saying,
We have sinned against you. Oh, we're so terrible. And we do bad stuff because we forgot. You know, you don't make yourself known. You're up there getting stoned. You got your video game going. You're not really paying attention. So these people is paying attention. But now we see that you're paying attention. Well, we see you're not paying attention. And maybe it's time to pay attention. So, what do you think? Can you save us?
Listen, did I not deliver you from Egypt and from the Amorites? Oh, and don't forget the Philistines and the Sidonians and the Amalekites and the Monites. I think that's supposed to say Moabites, Monites. What? Nobody knows what the fuck that is. Anyway, they oppressed you, and you cried out to me, and I delivered you from their hand. Yet you have forsaken me and served other gods. Therefore, I will deliver you no more. Cry out to the other gods that you have chosen. Let them deliver you from distress. You motherfuckers. I'm going to give you what you deserve. Yeah, it's a good time. Everybody's going to have good time. You're going to get what you want, and I'm going to laugh. Ha ha. Everybody have good time. Ha ha. Actually, only I'm going to have a good time because I'm going to laugh the whole time. I'm going to let y'all do it. It's going to be so fun. I'm going to watch the whole thing and I'm going to laugh so hard. I'm going to be like, ha ha. They're going to make a Simpsons character. And it's going to be, ha ha. Because that's exactly what's going to happen. Ha ha. Hey, there's the seven-headed raccoon. Hey, what's up? What's up? Drunken wizard. You're you're a drunken seven-headed raccoon today. Because I had a feeling that you were going to come and be all playful. Hey, oh, I'm so happy you're here. Can you see my face? My face is all shiny. Okay, look, I gotta finish this. Anyway, God's like, I'm not doing this no more. Oh.
And the children, these stupid ass, terrible ass people, they were like, oh no, my butt's sore. And then God was like, ha ha. That's not what happened. Never mind. Shut up. Okay. And these terrible ass people said,
But we know we sin. Whatever you want to do. Deliver us, please. We'll do whatever you want until you stop paying attention again. And then, we're going to get your attention. And it's not even going to be in a good way. We're going to get the bad attention. Because at least you're giving us attention. I want some attention. I have a good time. Okay.
so they put away the foreign gods from among them and served the Lord, and his soul could no longer endure the misery of these terrible ass fucking people. No, not a seven-headed drunkard. A drunk seven-headed raccoon. Wait. Who hated this place? Because this place loves them. Oh, well, Miss Dottie can stop by. And it's a drunk seven-headed raccoon. It's a good time. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Look. Hey, I want to dress like a witch. I want to do a Bible story dressed like a witch. I did it one time when I made a video, but it was only because somebody called me a witch. But it turns out that I might actually want to dress like a witch because that might make me look more sagey. And plus, I think I'd look great in a witch hat. Don't you? I pull our eyeballs on it. Shit. It'd be so awesome. Okay. Then the people of Ammon gathered together and encamped in Gilead. And these terrible ass vampires assembled together and encamped in Mitzvah. And the people, the leaders of Gilead, said to one another, who is the man who will begin to fight against the people of Ammon? He shall be head over all the inhabitants of Gilead. Oh, here we go. Do you guys want to go on to chapter 11? That's exactly what I was thinking. I dress like an old mountain witch. Only I can't wear my wig anymore. CNA, drunken wizard. Did I tell you what happened with my raccoons? I forgot I had my wig on. And I went out there to feed the raccoons. And they ran from me. And now they've been afraid to come back. Like, to even get close to me. Because I had that wig on. So I can't wear the wig anymore because I keep forgetting I'm wearing it. And go out there to feed the raccoons and scare the living bejesus out of them on accident. You know, I, yeah, that's, all right. All right, we're going to go on to chapter 11. Actually, can we smoke a cigarette together, guys, real quick? Cuz I won. Uh I thought it was $20, but it's $15 on the lottery. Oh, that's Samson. We'll get there, but we got to get through David first. But Samson is his name, and that is a super ass story. Super sad story as well. I never knew what happened to Samson because nobody ever told me the end of that story. I just knew Samson had the awesome hair, but nobody ever told me the ending of that story. And the ending of that story is the saddest shit I have ever read in my life. It was really sad. Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna put this one. Bam. So, what'd you guys have for dinner? Yeah, the wig gave me sage powers. I could be all sagey and witchy with my wig on. But now my hair's too flat. Lasagna and salad. Oh, that sounds really good. I'm glad you can read typo. Can you hear typo? Well, obviously, you guys can hear typo. That's all I speak in. What'd you have, Neil? I'm sure you told me before, but I already forgot. I've had too much love. No, there's not such a thing. But actually, I haven't had too much of anything. Well, no, I've had too much of. Oh, you guys, I got something. Well, it was given to me. I got it because it was given to me. My friend Henry, who hangs out in the party pen a lot, he brought me this thing. Let me see if I can. How do you turn it on? There you go. Haha. It's like a face. Anyway, he got me this thing. It's like a cat face or something. I don't know. It got all tangled up, but it was a face. Anyway, that was from Henry. I love you too. All seven of you, you drunken raccoon. You drunk seven-headed raccoon. I don't know why I called you that, but in my mind, you're playful today. And I haven't even seen you today. But you're playful in my mind. Now watch her be a ravaged raccoon. Okay. So, here we go. It's going to be fun. Okay. So, there's a guy called Jephthah. Jephthah the Gileadite was a mighty man of valor, but he was the son of a whore. And Gilead begot Jephthah. And Gilead begot Jephthah. Gilead's wife bore sons, and when his sons grew up, they drove Jephthah out and said, "You shall have no inheritance in your father's house, for you are the son of another woman." So Gilead had 71 sons, and 69 of them are dead. What about Jotham? Are they calling Jephthah Jotham? Where is Jotham? So Gilead had 71 sons, and this one was with a whore. 69 of them are dead. Does Jephthah know about Joab? Okay. Shut up, Nikki. It doesn't matter. This is not TV. It does not matter. You don't need to know that. Yeah, but I kind of need to. You don't need to know that. Look, you need to shut your phone off and not worry about this guy and his baby daddy problem. Okay. Anyway, when Gilead's son's wife, when Gilead's wife's sons grew up, they drove Jephthah out and said, "You'll have no inheritance because your mom's a whore." Then he fled from his brothers and dwelt in Tob, and worthless men banded together with Jephthah and went out raiding with him. And it came to pass after a time that the people of Ammon made war against the vampires. And so it was, when the people of Ammon made war, that the elders of Gilead went to get Jephthah from the land of Tob. And then they said to him, "Hey, we need your help." And Jephthah was like, "Yeah, but you didn't even, but you wanted me to leave and now you want me." No, right? And Jephthah was like, "But you made me leave and now you want," and the elders were like, "Yeah, but we really need your help, so whatever. Like, whatever, we need your help. Huh? Can you help us, terrible ass people? Because we only really give a shit if you can do something for us." But I mean, at the time, you couldn't do anything for us, so we weren't going to help you. But now we like need your help and stuff. We know you have the option to say no, but we're hoping you won't take that option. Like, we won't be sneaky, snaky, doos to you, to your face. We just need your help. Please. You can trust us. We are not rat snakes with cockroach legs. No, that was bred out of us. Yeah, the whole rat snake thing. I know we still have cockroach hands, but our faces only look slightly rat like now, right? Okay, fine. We're rat snakes with cockroach legs. We need your help. I hate these people. Okay. And then Jephthah was like, "If you take me back home to fight against these people for you, and the Lord delivers them to me, then I'm going to be your king." And the elders were like, the Lord will be a witness between us if we do not do according to your word. Then Jephthah went with the elders of Gilead, and the people made him head and commander over them. And Jephthah spoke all his words before the Lord and Mizpah. Now, Jephthah sent messengers to Ammon, saying, "The fuck, yo." And Ammon said, "Because y'all motherfuckers took my land when they come from Egypt, from the Arnon as far as the Jabbok, and to the Jordan. Now I want that shit back." And Jephthah said, "I think you got your history wrong. I don't think that's what happened at all. As a matter of fact, let me tell you what happened. Because in my spare time, I've been going over as a matter of fact, our people go over the history of this shit every 6 months. So let let me tell you what actually happened. Because my family has, well, these terrible ass people have this whole thing with remembering because God wants to make them feel bad for being fucking terrible. So let me tell you. Okay. Okay. And then he said, the vampires did not take away the land of Moab, nor the land of the people from Ammon, because when we came out of Egypt, they walked through the wilderness as far as the Red Sea and came to Kadesh. Then they sent messengers to Edom saying, hey, can we go through? But the king of Edom was like, nah. In the like manner, they sent it to king of Moab, and he was like, eh. So they remained in Kadesh. And they went along through the wilderness and bypassed the land of Edom and Moab. They came to the east side of Moab and encamped on the other side of the Arnon. But they did not enter the border of Moab, for the Arnon was the border of Moab. Then the vampires sent messengers to Sihon, the king of Heshbon, and he said, hey, can we come through? And Sihon was like, nope. And the Lord God of Israel delivered Sihon and all the people into the hand of these terrible people. Thus, they gained possession of all the land of the Amorites who inhabited that country. They took possession from the Arnon to the Jabbok and from the wilderness to the Jordan. And now, the Lord God of Israel has dispossessed the Amorites from before his people. Should you then possess it, will you not possess whatever Shemosh your God gives you to possess? So whatever the Lord your God takes as possession before us. Hold on. So whatever the Lord our God takes possession of, we will possess. And how are you any better than Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab? Did he ever strive against the vampires? Did he ever fight? While Israel dwelt in Heshbon and its villages, and Aror, and in the cities along the banks of the Arnon, for 300 years. Why did you not recover them within that time? Therefore, I have not sinned against you, but you have wronged me by fighting. May the Lord be the judge and render judgment this day between these terrible ass people and your terrible ass people. However, the king of Ammon did not heed the words which Jephthah sent him. Then the Spirit of the Lord came upon Jephthah, and he passed through Gilead and Manasseh, and he passed through Mitzvah of Gilead, and he advanced towards the people of Ammon. Okay. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, Ricky. Man. Okay. So, we're at the part. Remember the other day Neil, I was like, this part, pay attention, this part's so fucked up. Yeah, that part I was talking about is this part right here. If you know you've only got so much, why would you make a deal to give up the thing you have? Especially, you'll see. Okay, so he said, if you will indeed deliver these people into my hands, then it will be whatever comes out of the doors of my house to meet me. When I return in peace, I will, it shall. When I come, whatever comes out of my, oh my God, okay. Listen, God. Whatever comes out of the doors of my house to meet me when I return in peace shall. Man, why am I getting so tired? Okay. So when I turn in peace, whatever comes out of my doors shall surely be the Lord, and I will offer it as a burnt offering. Why? Why does he do this? No one knows why he does this. Why does he do this? Like you know you're going to win. Why? Why? Did he think it was going to be his dog? He's like, I'll just sacrifice my dog. It'll be okay. Okay, let's finish the rest of this story. Holy shit. So Jephthah advanced toward the people of Ammon to fight against them, and the Lord delivered them to his hands. And he defeated them from Ar as far as Minnith, 20 cities, and to Abel Kermim with a very great slaughter. Thus, the people of Ammon were subdued before the vampires. So when Jephthah came home, he said, or when he came home, his daughter ran out of his doors to meet him. And he thought to himself, why? Why did I do this? Then he tells his daughter, I promised to sacrifice you to the Lord. You know, I promised that I would give you as a burnt offering. The only human sacrifice in this book is right now. And it wasn't even God that made him do it. It was himself. Which is, I hate this. But anyway, he's like, I promise to make you a burnt sacrifice. And she's like, okay, can I go party in the mountains? Like, I'm a super virgin. And I need to go celebrate my virginity in the mountain. So that's what she did. Hold on. Sent her away for 2 months, and she went with her friends and bewailed her virginity on the mountain. And it was so at the end of 2 months that she returned, and he carried out his vow, which he had vowed. She knew no man. And it became a custom that the daughters of these terrible ass people went 4 days each year to lament the daughter of Jephthah the Gileadite. So, All right, chapter 12 is not that long. But we've already been here for an hour and 5 minutes. So, maybe... Okay. Yeah, we'll finish chapter 12 real quick. Then the men of Ephraim gathered together, crossed over towards the pond, and said to Jephthah, "We wanted to fight too." And Jephthah was like, "My people and I were in a great struggle. And when I called you, you did not deliver me from their hand. So when I saw you would not deliver me, I took my life in my own hands and crossed against the people of Ammon. And the Lord delivered them to me. Then why have you come to fight against me?" Right? Now, Jephthah gathered together all the men of Gilead and fought against Ephraim. And the men of Gilead defeated Ephraim because they said, "You guys are fugitives." What? No one knows. The Gileadites seized the fords of the Jordan before the Ephraimites arrived. And when any Ephraimite who escaped said, "Let me cross over," the men, yeah, look, they catch these people up in word magic. They say a certain word, right? And they're like, "Say this word." And they can't say that word, so then they kill them. It's kind of like the guy on Bar Rescue. He owns a place called Zanzibar, and John Taffer changed it to the red and white stripes, but he said, "I can't say the word stripe." So it's kind of like that. They say this word, and they can't say that word, so they get killed. And Jephthah judged Israel 6 years. Then he died and was buried in the cities of Gilead. After him, Ibzan of Bethlehem judged these terrible ass people. And he had 30 sons and gave away 30 daughters and brought in 30 daughters for elsewhere for his son. And he judged 7 years. And when Isban died, he was buried in Bethlehem. And after him, Elon the Zebulunite, judged the vampires, and he judged them 10 years. And Elon died and was buried in Ajalon in the country of Zebulun. After him was Abdon. He had 40 sons and 30 grandsons, who rode on 70 young donkeys, and he judged 8 years. When he died, he was buried in Pirathon. Oh yeah, this guy was a pirate. Pirate is actually a place. It's a people. It's not just some dudes on the sea. It's an actual place with actual people. And this guy, Abdon, he was a pirate. And he died and he was buried in Pirathon in the mountains of the Amalekites. Okay. So we're going to end right there. We're going to pick up on chapter 13 tomorrow. So, what's everybody thinking? What are you guys doing? We're an hour into this shindig. What are you guys thinking? Yep, we're done reading now. What do you want to know? I love Q&As. Yeah. Well, the guy we was reading about had 70 sons, and 68 of them were killed. Well, he had 71 sons, and 70 were killed. Well, that's what they do, man. No. Do I believe in the rapture? The rapture happens when you die. That's why people get so scared when they die, because it's coming. The rapture happens when you die, because that's you going into God's army. That's you going into spiritual war. And then, when you die in the spiritual war, you get rejuvenated and come back as a new guy to do it all over again. Or at least that's kind of what I picked up. Well, if you read the story of Jesus, he always said, there's a war in heaven, and there's a war for souls. And when you die, you know the song, I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord, and I'm a soldier. The only way you can be a soldier in the army of the Lord is if you're going to heaven's war. And earth is angel boot camp. We come here to get tough enough to fight up there. But of course, this is angel and demon boot camp. Demons come up here to learn how to be demons. And we come down here to learn to fight like them so we can win up there. That's what Jesus said. We come here to learn what they know, because children of the light are not that smart. We don't know how to do evil things. And that's what I said. That's why I said you are all sheep dressed like wolves. We're fitting in to get in because that's how we win. We do what they do better than them while being better than them. We are already better than them, but then we come in and we do it better than them. And then we meet Jesus, we find our purpose, we get happy, and we meet God. But only after we've walked through the hell of earth. And you have to make it all the way through in order to win. That means you can't kill yourself. That means you can't kill other people. That means you can't do any of these things. You gotta actually make it to the end. And then you can go into God's army. But God's not gonna take no half-ass bullshit. You gotta be all the way. Well, I would bet the rejuvenation process turning us all back into neutral ions so we can come down here and either collect positive ions or negative ions. And if we only collect negative ions, we're only going to pickle our soul and live and be miserable. But if we come and collect positive ions, we get happy and we die. Only happy people die. Heaven is a happy place. You're not going to be killed if you're some miserable piece of shit. You're stuck here. You got to get happy. God loves happy. We haven't got that far. But we will get that far, and hopefully I'll make the bigger picture better as we go through it. I try to, but without actually knowing the verses, I don't know the verses. I never memorized any of that shit. But it is in the story of Jesus. And I do not want to read that book again. Like, Alright, well, what if we gave up on the Old Testament and just started reading the story of Jesus? So you were Pentecostal Productions? Yes, that's exact. You pickle your soul. You pickle your soul with vinegar, poison. Anger is poison. Did you know Donald Trump and Bill Clinton are the same age? Have you seen their pictures side by side? Bill Clinton is what you look like when you're evil. Donald Trump is what it looks like when you're happy. Or even Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi. Those people are evil and they look evil. Being evil makes you look sick. Were you Pentecostal drunken wizard? Hindu? Maybe Hindu. I'm going to bet Hindu. God's right. On the left is foolishness. On the right is righteousness or holiness. That's why Democrats are so retarded. Because they're on the left. I need to stop doing that. I'm going to stop doing that, but it's so true, though. Yes, like Ted Bundy. He stayed looking fly until he died. But I suppose if you are evil, no. But I suppose if you're evil and you don't try to hide it, maybe it doesn't take you over. But if you're trying to live a secret life and be evil at the same time, it's going to take you over. Okay, incoming question. I love it. Sanitarium. Just leave me alone. These are the only words to that song I know. Sanitarium. Yeah. I hate Metallica. Well, I'm a warning question. God knows everything. Yeah, but God doesn't pay attention. God has God level ADHD. Haven't you noticed? Like, it's a not until the people start bitching does he ever pay attention. He's just letting his experiment go. No, I don't. I don't think God pays attention until you make a big deal out of stuff. And then after so long of complaining, he gets tired of it. Plus, it's his video game. But people have to do it at the same time. Like, everybody has to get together and have the one hive mind to call God. You have to blow a trumpet. Like, people have to get together in one place and just ask God for help. Blow a trumpet and be like, hey, big guy, huh, we actually need your help. Save America. Please, it's a big guy. We need it. You know, something like that. God has God level ADHD. uh, have you ever look, especially when David comes around? When David comes around, God gets like manic almost. Like God has a really good time with David. And I cannot wait to read the story of David. That is everything about David is my favorite. Because I hope God treats me like he treats David. Man, God treated David so good he could do no wrong. Literally, he did no wrong except for he did a lot of things wrong. But God gave no fucks. And I'm hoping I have that kind of special treatment too. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Oh, hi Dottie. I didn't even see you come in. Did she? Damn, Ricky. Is there another person here? Did I scare her away? Here, we'll put you. Wait, what am I doing in life? There. We'll say right there. Hi, Dottie. Um, but back to what I was saying. Um, what were we talking about? God level ADHD. Yeah. But what if I do a little bit of reading of the story of Jesus on Sundays? God gives no fucks. No, we can't. Oh, Dottie is lurking. She is shy. Oh, don't be shy here, honey. We let our boobs and our butt cheeks flop. Go right ahead. The only thing I ask is you keep your wolf costume on. You can hang out with your wang out. You could rock out with your cock out. It don't even matter. Just keep your wolf costume on. Look, that sounds so cool. Only stay partly dressed. All right, what's your next question? Who's got another question? I'm ready. I'm ready. All right, Neil, what's your question? Do you like PlayStation or Xbox? I like PlayStation, but everybody here has Xbox. But I like PlayStation. Yeah. Yeah. And we all come together like butt cheeks. Yeah. We're a hell of a pair around here. Especially my drunken seven-headed raccoon. Hey, good night, Neil. I love your face. Go give your pillow some head and your sheets some ass and have these sweetest dreams ever. Love ya. I was wondering if my face starts getting fat, would you guys tell me? Like if I got a fat face? What? There's a cat squeaking at me. I like my Pong system. I think I remember that game. That's the ball that went. Man, that was such a weird ass game. And it was real hard to beat. All right, Drunken Wizard, what's your next question? Dun, dun, dun. I am prepared. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And if you would like to help me feed my raccoons, I would greatly appreciate it. Today, I gave them leftover pizza. Hold on. I'm trying to. Why does God allow child grief? He doesn't allow it. And Ricky is absolutely right. Some people, they got, after the rejuvenation to the neutral process, they came down and got all negative ions from the people around them. You know how they say, is it nature or nurture? It's both nature and nurture. It's the negative ions that surround you that make you a negative person. All the negative things in nature and all the negative things that came from nurturing you. You just became a negative person and you do negative things to positive people. Because remember, the positive people are not as smart as the negative people. That's why the positive people are down here, to become as smart as the negative people so they can be better at it. That's why Jesus always said, hang out where the sick are, be with the sick people, hang out with the people that need your help, hang out with the people that need you. Because some people aren't going to need you, some people are on their own positive path. But there are a lot of negative people that don't want to be negative. That's why you hang out with them, because then you find communities of other negative people trying to be positive. It's something goes like that. Does God know past, present, and future? I'm sure he does, but he's not going to tell anybody that. God did create evil, and we'll learn all about it in the story. Well, actually, we just heard it a minute ago. God put the spirit of ill will on these other people, and they killed the one guy, remember? God's always putting negative shit down here to test the positive people. The people he thinks is on his side, he will put things down to test them, you know, to see are they really God guys. And I fail my spiritual warfare every single time. No fucking lie. That's why I stay here on the internet and and just stay as far back as I can, because God hits me with spiritual warfare that I couldn't even try to deny if I wanted to, because I got issues with controlling myself. God is not negative. He just uses negative things to his advantage. He uses their bullshit against them. Is what he does. Exactly what he did in Egypt. Remember, God hardened the Pharaoh's heart so he would not let the people go. And he only did that so he could prove a point, right? That's the whole thing with God. He wants to prove a point. Always. Because he was bachelor, like, he just left his parents' house. He was moving into his own thing. He moved into his own tent city. And he was getting rid of everything. And he's getting rid of everything, and he's trying to show people who he is by using themselves against them. But then he also says something like, I raise the bad guys up to be tests against these terrible ass people. It might be something like that, because then that would explain why he only pays attention when people start calling his name really loud a lot of times and asking him for the same thing repeatedly, crying. Yeah, actually, you know what, Ricky? Because God always, like, I hear these people bitching. So their state of being is unhappy. What if we're like Tamagotchis to God? What if he has a little Tamagotchi button for Earth? Yeah, that's why we celebrate Dead Baby Day. Because he killed the Egyptian baby. Well, actually, he killed the firstborn, whether they were grown ups or babies or not. And it wasn't just babies. Apparently, it was every firstborn. That's why, because it said every firstborn, even the Pharaoh's sons. So his sons had to be like teenagers and shit. It's okay. But I'm willing to bet a lot of them were babies. You can argue Christian things. I'm not a Christian, and I'm arguing Christian things. I mean, kinda arguing. There's really no arguing with you guys, though. We don't need to argue. Um, and Ricky, it's because you want to be smart in more than just one thing. But we're gonna have to end this shortly. Yes, yes. We can smoke some weed. Oh, did I show you guys what I did? I put my lighter on one of those little key things. You put your key on it. I bought a lighter leash and it accidentally broke. So I hooked it to this neck thing. And now I've been wearing my lighter around my neck. So I can't lose it. No one can steal it from me. It's stoner proof. And I got this other thing. Hold on. I put a magnet right here so I can hook my lighter to it. Yeah. I've been mad scientisting my house. I thought we were smoking weed first. Hey, Productions, you still here? But you can't be. I haven't even had the opportunity to come and smoke with you yet. Damn. Well, that's fine. You should stop smoking if you don't need to. But if your body doesn't want you smoking weed, then don't smoke weed. My therapist doesn't want me smoking. Well, she said, can you stop smoking so much weed? And maybe we can see if your medicine's working. Because her and Dustin think I have auditory hallucinations. Said I don't have auditory hallucinations. I just like talking to myself. And I'm like, that's not talking to yourself. It's like, no, I do. I do talk to myself. And sometimes it's fun. Mm, it's a good idea. Drunken Wizard, you still here? My favorite drunken seven-headed raccoon. How is your new job, Ricky? Are you getting good at it? Oh, CNA went to bed. I just see that. Damn, I wish I would have said goodnight. I didn't read that. Damn. Well, I hope you end up liking it. And haha, yeah. I wish I would have been taught how to be a con artist. I'd have been way better at life. So, Ricky, I do have to get to bed. Yeah, you didn't see him say goodnight either. Yeah. Man, I wish I would have saw that. I don't know. But, okay. I have to go to bed. I love you. I gotta give my pillow some head and my sheets some ass and have the sweetest dreams ever. You too, cousin. Go give your pillow some head and your sheets some ass. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, everyone. I love you so much. Good night.